All right, so we're continuing on this quest to get our hips to unlock, right? So what we want our pelvis to do when we're walking and when we're running is we want it to rotate sort of in this opposite, like contralateral gait pattern. And we want, like what happens is our hips sometimes get so locked up, there's 36 muscles in and around your pelvis, and they tend to get, because we sit a lot and we don't go out of our way to do the kind of stuff I'm teaching you now, it tends to get locked up, and when your hips are locked up, your body will make a lot of compensations in order to walk and run, and when you're trying to run faster, to have hips that open allows for a more open stride length, which means you can move forward more with every step you take, and that is going to lead to more efficient, faster, easier running. So what we're going to do today is just, I'll call it a simple exercise. It may or may not be simple for you. We're going to lay down just flat on our back, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be, so the first thing you're going to do from laying here is step down through your heel on your left side, right? And then notice what happens with your hips as you step down with that heel. Like what's happening to the left side of your pelvis and what's happening to the right side of your pelvis. Step down a little further with the heel. Good, okay. And now, and then relax. And then step down again with that left heel. So I'm stepping down, and then let the right knee kind of come up, and you're going to curl your foot and draw the heel of your right leg up your midline. Not all the way, maybe 90 degrees or so, right? And then come back down to center and relax. So step down with the left heel, right heel draws up through the midline, right knee bends some. Notice what's happening here to my hip. So the left side of my hip is coming up, and my whole torso has shifted sideways a bit to the right. Okay, relax. Let's do that again. Step down with the left heel, draw the right heel up some, let your left hip come up some, and your torso shift some toward the right. I'll show you from this side in case you're like, what is she doing? Sorry about my feet. So I'm stepping down with my left, and I'm drawing my right heel up, and my left hip comes up, and my torso goes to the side. Now let's do it from the other side. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to step down through my right heel, and notice I'm making my right side long. I'm drawing my left heel up the midline, and my left knee, you can't see it too much, but the left knee is bending here, and my torso now is rotating some to the left. Relax. Shake it out. Let's do it again. Step with the right heel. Left heel draws up the midline, right hip starts to come up, and torso rotates to the left. So that's the exercise in slow motion. Once you get good at it, you never want to do this like fast or at speed, but you can speed it up a little bit in that, like the way that I do this. So I do this at least once a week, sometimes more. I find this just, it's a really good, like pay attention to what you feel your hips doing, and it may take several times of practicing this before you can get your hips even like unlocked enough that they move easily in this way. But essentially the way that I end up doing it is just alternating. So I'm step down with the left, step down with the right, and I kind of exaggerate this like where this hip is coming up. And so as I step down with my right hip is coming up, my torso is shifting to the left. And you can just kind of alternate here back and forth and trying to get your hips and your pelvis to come up as I step down. And if you think about this, like this is the shape of running. So even though I'm on my back and not standing up, this is the shape of running that you want to be making. So my follow through with my right heel here is like the extension phase of my run stride, right? Where I'm extending this hip, I'm making space here, my torso is rotated to the opposite side. So go ahead and practice these hip openers and see
It'll likely feel like you're not moving a ton the first time you do it, and then the more your hips open up, the more exaggerated you can make this movement. And so again, I'll show you from this way just so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Is I'm just stepping through my heel, and the other heel comes up. And my hips are rocking up, and this is the follow through of my run stride.
So go ahead and practice that and open up your hips, make them move.